I love your character so much. I think that the wood elves are amazing. They're so graceful and swift, but they're also very strong and kind of deadly.
Yeah.
What drew you to Toriel?
Peter Jackson, he called me and said, do you want to do it? And I said, yes, I want to do it. The things that I felt, I felt were the most attractive parts of playing her. I mean, it actually wasn't as simple as that, of course. You always have to analyze every role that you take, even if it sounds great initially. And I was really intrigued by the fact that they wanted her to be a deadly, ruthless, strong female character, but they also wanted to make sure that her strength was not just in her brawn, but her strength was in her heart and in her vulnerability and in her compassion. And that made it very attractive for me, because I actually think that it's a mistake to represent female power by copying male violence. I don't think those two things jive. So I loved playing a character that was driven from her heart. She was driven by compassion. She was driven by a desire for justice and truth and all that is right, and was fighting against ultimate evil.
Mm-hmm. Watching all of her fight sequences, they were so fun, and I love watching them. But you have to tell me, I mean, for a character like her, was it really easy or was it hard?
It was hard. It was a lot of hard work, and a lot of, mentally it's really difficult. You'd think it's all physical, and it is, challenging physically. But also just the amount that you have to keep, you have to remember to do, and the things that you have to keep in mind when you're in a fight, so that you don't end up hurting somebody or getting hurt yourself, and pull off the action as an elf. So, it would be easier if I could just go in there and just be gritty and just slash at the orcs, but I have to, be graceful, and I have to hit, I have to hit a man at exactly this point, so that I don't end up hitting him at exactly this point, which is like a 2-inch difference, but it's the difference between breaking his jaw and hitting him on the pad. So, I mean, it was very, very difficult.
Tough job. Did you train with Orlando?
No, not usually. Usually we train separately, and every once in a blue moon we might spend 5 minutes seeing how the two actions came together. But we got so little time to train that they didn't barely have time to train us individually, let alone together.
I would ask for months of training.
Tell me about it.
I don't know what you guys expect of me.
Tell me about it. That's what I felt. I was like, can you please train me a little more? I'm not ready.
But once you actually got into your costume, you probably felt like you could do it. I mean, was your costume even comfortable when you were doing those fight sequences?
No, my costume was so painful. I mean, I had it way easy compared to pretty much everyone else, except maybe Gandalf, who's in his pajamas, and he's lucky in that way. But it was very restrictive. I was in this leather breastplate, and it would sort of pull on my shoulders, and it would pinch and cut off the nerves in my arms, and then I would have numb and pain all down my arms, and then it would shoot down my back and go down my legs, and by the end of the day, it was like from head to toe, I was numb and in pain. So there was a lot of hot baths and ice packs and that kind of stuff.
Because how many hours are you in that costume?
Usually at least 12, usually more like 14.
And then every day?
Yes. Well, I was lucky. I didn't have to work every day because I didn't carry the brunt of the load, right? I was in and out of the film, so I actually had a really good schedule.
Made in Hollywood.